everybody, thank you for clicking onto the video. Before we get started, just want to remind you guys. Did you hear that? Sorry, I'm easily distracted. I think it was my coffee maker. But I wanted to remind you that today could be the best day of your life. I don't know why, but you never know. I mean, just keep an open mind. Who knows what could happen today? But in this video, we are going to go over meal prep. I know you guys really enjoy these. Now for me, meal prep is kind of, I love it and I hate it at the same time. I love when I actually do it and then I have all my food prepared. It helps keep me on track. It's very convenient to just grab and go, but I don't necessarily like waking up and doing it, especially on Sundays when there's so many other things that I would rather do. But this is going to be very quick and practical. That's my biggest complaint with meal prep. Some people have these elaborate recipes that sound great, but I'm like, I don't got time to do all that. And a lot of people you watch on YouTube work from home and they do their own thing. They don't actually go into the office like myself. So let me give you guys some different ideas, starting with breakfast. This is nothing new. If you've watched any of my videos, you know what I eat every single morning. Oatmeal and protein powder. I switch it up with the flavors. PS Select, going to give you the best tasting oatmeal of all time, I can promise you. And yes, you can always save 30% using Travis at PEScience.com. I think the best is Snickerdoodle, and what I do is I will cook it 2 to 3 minutes before, and then I will put it in the refrigerator overnight, and when I get to work, I will heat it up for another few minutes. The taste is amazing. I can't even explain it to you guys. So that is what I do for breakfast every single day. So when it comes to lunch, I put practicality above everything. This is not going to be the most nutritious meal. I would much rather have, steamed broccoli, baked chicken breast and all that, but when I'm at work, I'm busy and I just want to eat as quickly as possible. So what I do is I pack a lunch meat sandwich. It can be ham, turkey, chicken, anything that's on sale that week. I put it in a hamburger bun usually. I don't know why, that's just what I prefer. And I'll have that because I can eat it very quickly. I don't even have to heat it up. So it's a very, very fast process. So if I don't even want to take a lunch break that day, I don't have to. And then I will also usually bring something like a Cliff Bar, protein bar, something like that. Now, I don't recommend having a diet fully comprised of just processed foods. But if you have to go with one, I would say a Cliff Bar is one of the better options. They taste great and it's somewhat natural and all that, right? Hippie approved. And when it comes to protein bars, I've been eating a lot of these Kirkland brand bars. This is just Costco's brand. It has the same macronutrients as Quest bars, but it's just very affordable. I think it comes out to maybe, it's less than $1 a bar, I think. So you buy them in a 40 count. Unfortunately, they only have these 2 flavors. I'm not crazy about this chocolate brownie. It's still edible, but the chocolate chip cookie dough is really good, especially if you put it in the microwave for a few seconds. So I don't know if I'm the only one, but when I get off work, my appetite is absolutely ridiculous. It's pretty tame throughout the day, relatively speaking, but when I get in my car to drive home, it just hits me. It's like something clicks in my brain. And obviously, driving drunk is one of the most stupid things that anyone can ever do. But I'm starting to think driving hungry is not much safer. I mean, I speed home. I'm not proud of it, but I am so hungry. A lot of times I won't even change. I will start eating right away. So I like to have things ready to go. Either I will buy pre-cooked meats and then I'll put them in the skillet or the microwave, or some days like today, I will make something up. So this is what everyone should have in their kitchen. The Bachelor Baker. Some people know this as the crock pot, but I don't care who you are. You need one of these things. While you're at it, go ahead and buy some of these slow cooker liners, or as my friend Brandon calls them, the crock pot condoms. But the thing I hate most about meal prep and cooking in general is cleaning up. These are well worth it. So today we made one of the most simple recipes you will ever make in your entire life. Salsa chicken. Now, I don't really like chicken that much. When I make it, it tastes bland and kind of dry usually, but the crock pot helps a lot and the salsa just really gives it that extra flavor. All you have to do, throw the chicken in the crock pot, dump the salsa on top. That's the great part. And if you want to dump corn or anything else that you want that would go with that, I mean, feel free. The crock pot is kind of dummy proof. It's really hard to mess things up. And a lot of people will ask, well, how do you track the foods if you're gonna weigh them and measure them after you've cooked them in the crock pot? You can do it a lot of different ways. I take a very simple approach. So I knew I had 2 pounds of chicken. There's 16 ounces in each pound, which gave me 32 ounces of chicken for you math majors out there. I knew I wanted to have 4 meals made for this week because one of these days I will not be eating any meat, which I'll talk about in a little bit. So that leaves me with about 8 ounces per. So if I take this out of the crock pot, I divide it by 4, or just divide them into 4 containers. There we go, 8 ounces of chicken per night. Some of you guys are probably like, what is this guy talking about? I know, you can't talk about math, politics, or religion on YouTube, but the salsa, how do you track that? I don't know. In MyFitnessPal, I always add a buffer of 10 grams of carbs per day just for stuff like that. So I don't really worry about it. It's not really material. Such an accountant. So much better than just regular chicken. With the chicken, I will be having sweet potatoes. They taste so much better in the oven, but they take a little while to cook up, so I always make them ahead of time. You can see here, nothing too crazy. But the pro tip is put them directly on the rack, 400 for an hour, rotate them halfway through, but make sure you put a pan below so it picks up all that stuff that would be in your oven. It would just create an entire mess that's unneeded. So we've really got everything we need here, guys. We got the chicken and sweet potatoes for dinner. We got the sandwiches for lunch. We got the Cliff Bars. We have the oatmeal. We have my favorite food group, PS Select Protein Powder. And that's about it.
So I think it starts with a perception issue. So my argument is that this is meat, that it's just meat that comes from plants. And so I think an important distinction within the company is we don't talk about people not eating meat. I don't think it's a good idea to build a brand telling people not to eat what they love. But I think what is a good idea is allowing people to eat more of what they love. And if you love meat, I can give you plant-based meat.
So I personally will not be going vegan or vegetarian, but I love the Beyond Beef products. And I was listening to the podcast from the CEO, and I thought he raised a lot of good points. He was very sympathetic to the fact that he knew that people would not give up meat for things that didn't taste like meat. And what he was talking about with his products was he doesn't want them to be looked at as fake meat. It's just things made with other sources, such as plants. And I never really looked at it that way, looking at it as if, hey, I don't have to give this up. So I want to try Meatless Monday, at least for one day, right? Someone recommended it a long time ago. I figured we'd give it a go. And one of the things he said is because he doesn't want his products to be perceived as fake meat, that he's asked the grocery stores to put it in the section with the chicken and other real meats. So if you guys can't find it at the grocery store like myself, that might be one of the reasons. So I'm going to start doing some investigation. But I did find one of their newer products, the Beyond Meat Burger. Now, this was at Whole Foods. This cost $6 for 2 patties, which is outrageous. So much money for these 2 little things, but I'm guessing they're going to be pretty good. So I'm going to try these out tomorrow. We're going to do one day, no meat. So breakfast, you guys know, the oatmeal. And honestly, for lunch, I'm going to have the exact same thing, oatmeal and protein powder. I don't think I could ever give up protein powder.
What it's like to live with the GT4, put about 3,000 miles on it over the course of the tree.
So Meatless Monday, so far so good. It really has not been that bad. But look at these burgers, man. They're pretty small. So
Recipe, the whole loaf is 2.5 fat, 33 protein, and only 12 grams of carbs.
So supposedly this is gonna be low carb pumpkin bread, and I had no intentions of making this, but I was watching one of Christian's videos and I was like, that looks pretty good, and it's very easy. So if you guys want to know how to make this, check out his channel.
Just throw everything into a bowl.
Christian is definitely one of the richest homies you will ever meet. Okay, so I did not season this with anything. I'm not gonna put it on a bun. I really wanna give you guys the raw taste test. How does this really taste just by itself? It's kind of chewy, but it's not bad at all. It doesn't have as much flavor as a hamburger in my opinion, but I would definitely not complain if I had to eat this every day. And I would be willing to bet if you season this up, put it on a bun with some ketchup, a lot of people wouldn't even know the difference. You know, sometimes healthy recipes just suck, but this one's actually pretty good, especially how easy it was to make. It took me like 3 minutes. That's the only reason I decided to make it. So try this one out. Now, in all honesty, most of the times when I get home from work, I do not have the time or the patience to mess around with anything. I honestly don't want to cook anything from scratch myself. So here's another good option for you guys. Excuse my voice here, guys, but I'm gonna be honest with you. My life has just kind of been in shambles lately. It is currently 8:14. I'm just getting home from work, and look at my house. I got pizza box over here. I got a sink. Oh, I can't even look at that. Dishwasher's full, and to make matters even worse, this crushes me. This laundry is just, oh, guys, I just need more time. And I can tell you that the last thing that I want to do with my time is worry about cooking or cleaning or anything like that. My gosh, I think I'm dying over here, guys. I tried to record this clip last night. It wasn't happening. I kept coughing. You guys would not even have been able to listen to it. But I wanted to share this with you, and this video is actually going to be sponsored by my friends over at Sunbasket. And this is an absolute game changer, okay? Especially if you're somebody like me. I feel like you have 2 options. If you get home from work late, or you get home from school late, or whatever, you have a busy day, you could either eat something quick that probably isn't the best for you, or you can spend a little bit of time, make something nutritious, but then you have to give up what little free time you do have. Well, I'm sure you've seen companies like this before, but Sunbasket is the premium version. So they have non-GMO, vegetarian, gluten-free, very nutritious meals. They deliver it to you. They take all of the work out of it. All you have to do is put a few things together. You guys know that is my kind of cooking. You know, I actually ended up eating cereal for dinner last night because I wanted to give you guys my first impression when I make this. But what I love, they just send this stuff straight to you. They give you recipe cards. All you have to do is follow some very simple instructions, 30 minutes, start to finish. And look at this, guys. They put it in its own individual bags. Like, you cannot mess this up. This is a dream come true for someone like me. So I ordered the breakfast one because I feel like you can eat breakfast any time of the day. So in this bag, we have scrambled eggs with goat cheese. Over here, we have the quinoa and white bean burgers. Wow, that sounds like, look at this. Sweet potato fries already cut for you. Oh my gosh. I know I'm gonna mess the name up, but it's Mushu pork, I believe. So they sent over this pork tenderloin. Very good macros on it, only 9 grams of fat per serving, so very easy to cook up. Then they also have some, looks like, almost like tortilla shells in here. And then, ooh, some vegetables. What else we got in here? Is that, I don't even know, like organic cabbage. So as you can tell, this stuff is very good for you. This is probably what I need right now. Maybe help get my voice back a little bit. And so, all we have to do is decide which one we want to make. And what's nice on these recipe cards is actually, they list the calories in there. So 760 calories per serving. Just follow some simple steps and you're good to go. So I'm guessing that Sunbasket is somewhere out in California, just given how fresh this stuff is. And what's cool is it's already pre-measured. I mean, that's a huge time saver just in itself. Now, they're probably not gonna like this, but I feel like I need to put my own twist on things. You guys know how it is on this channel. I kind of want to mix and match at least one ingredient from each bag, so it won't be on the recipe card exactly, but we'll see. You know what? I think we are going to go vegetarian. So first thing I gotta do is mix the beans in the bowl. Organic scallions. This is definitely the fanciest that I've ever eaten. So next up it says to grate the carrots and add those, but I'm not about the carrot life, so I'm gonna leave that out and I'm gonna add egg and the breadcrumbs. And look at this, guys, everything is just right here. This is crazy. Add the beans and mash into a slightly chunky paste. I was a little bit skeptical about this, but it actually looks like it might turn out okay. Add a little bit of this spice in here. I don't know what it is, but it smells pretty good. In case you guys were wondering how organic cabbage tastes, it's really good. The bean burger is looking much, much better than I would have expected. I was gonna top this with a pineapple, but I figured I might as well give you guys a true taste test first. My first bean burger of my life, I think. Wow. It tastes much, much better than you would expect. It's just, everything is so fresh. Now, I know I don't eat the best, but even when I go out and buy, you know, clean foods, it just doesn't taste quite like this. I'm impressed. I'm not even gonna add the pineapple to this. If it's not broke, don't break it, right?
If it ain't broke, don't break it. And if he ain't shook, I'm gonna shake him.
I kept the sweet potatoes very, very simple. I just baked them in the oven with a little bit of olive oil, and they were really good, but they're just pretty much like sweet potatoes, right? I'm sure you guys have all had them before, but the fact that they're already peeled, cut, and just sent to your door, that's huge, and I think this is incredible. I love everything about this, especially for my lifestyle. I know that I am definitely gonna be utilizing this service. I was already on their website checking out what else I can order. I think that almost every single person could benefit from this, but I know that some people will be reluctant just because it's different, right? I don't think that many people do this as of now, order their food and have it delivered, but I truly believe that that's where the world is headed. So to give you guys a try at this, we're gonna hook you up with your first 3 meals for free. All you have to do is go to sunbasket.com/Travis. I will leave that link down below. Your first 3 are free. Go ahead and try it out. See if you like it. And if you do, please let me know. I think it's great. You guys know I love food and I love saving time. It's like the best of both worlds. So I hope this video gave you guys some different ideas, different meal prep, different things that you can do to help maximize your life. Maximize your life. I mean, that's going pretty far, but yeah, that's what you can do. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch. You could have been doing anything in the entire world. And you chose to spend a few minutes with me. That is pretty awesome. Please give the video a like if you enjoyed it. That really does help me out a lot. And I look forward to talking to you guys next time.